are the humble stomach, the abdomen, the tummy, the belly, the abs, the paunch. As my wise Year 10 woodworking teacher, Mr. Slough, once famously said, "Why have a six-pack when you can have a whole barrel?" A quote that has remained within me more than 10 years later. The stomach is glorious. It is the center of your being. It serves a tremendous purpose. In addition to being one of the most attractive parts of a body, it also processes nutrients. My stomach, for example, is currently processing 5 kilograms of cheesecake. I feel very unwell. The stomach is one of a number of body parts that is so important to the sustaining of your life that one might even call them vital. Yes, the stomach is a vital organ. It intakes food and dissolves it in a highly acidic solution into nutrients which your intestines can then absorb and thrust into your blood. A marvelous creation of nature. Take yours, for example. Your stomach is currently processing, if the great and wise German philosopher Ludwig Feuerbach once proclaimed in 1848 that we are what we eat, then, it's safe to say that you are your own cum. But that's besides the point, because that's not actually the stomach we're looking at in this video. No, you're looking at what's on the outside of that stomach. If we're being precise, and we are being precise because, as the great Aristotle once said, it is the mark of an educated mind to rest satisfied with the degree of precision which the nature of the subject admits, and not to seek exactness where only an approximation is possible. And on this particular topic, more than an approximation is available to me. So, to be precise, as Aristotle would have wanted, the tummy, as it were, that we have been discussing, could be described as the delicate hammock of skin and muscle draped from the bottom of one's ribcage to the top of one's hips. Nestled in the center and low of this space, one might find the belly button, often referred to as nature's loot box, because you simply never know what kind of snacks you might find in there. It makes perfect sense, of course, that there would be snacks inside the belly button, because it's right on top of your stomach. But, he thought, I keep them with precision. Only I have no luck anymore. But who knows? Maybe today. Every day is a new day. It is better to be lucky, but I would rather be exact. Then, when luck comes, you are ready. Ernest Hemingway, The Old Man and the Sea. I'm lucky to have a nice stomach. I don't really do much exercise to maintain it or get it looking this way. Minimal at best. To be honest, I spent a frankly concerning amount of time this year lying on my bed, eating Corinthian wafers tube things and pretending they're cigarettes, before eventually giving into temptation and swallowing them whole with the aid of my complete lack of a gag reflex. Sometimes when I'm sick with a sore throat, I'll just grab one and use it to scratch the back of my windpipe. I'm lucky to have a nice tummy. However, Master Hemingway smiles on me as I am more fortunate to be exact. Because when I realized I had a nice tummy, courtesy of a number of comments on last week's video following an offhand comment made by yours truly about damning you all to stare at my stomach for the rest of the video, I decided to use this exactness to its fullest extent. Valek considered the threat. Do you plan to wound, maim or kill him?" he asked the guard. "Threats should be specific in order to have the maximum impact." The man just stared at him. "Skewer is just too vague. I think if you say, 'Stand back, or I'll stab him in the stomach,' then I have an idea about how serious you are. After all, Leaf's stomach is his favorite body part, so that is a decent threat." Maria 5 Snyder, Ice Study. Even though I have never read this book, and I did in fact simply stumble across this quote during my perusings of Goodreads.com, I found it an apt inclusion in this script as it touches on both threats and stomachs. Let me know in the comments what your favourite body part is. Is it the stomach? I think my favourite body part is the dripping simply gorgeous. But back on track. I made a threat in my video last week that I would force you all to stare at my stomach for 10 minutes. And now I'm doing exactly that. Maria 5 Snyder and Ernest Hemingway smile upon me. Do your ancestors? I mean, Maria isn't dead, but like you get the point. Oh look, what's this? Huh. That's your reward for staring at my glorious abdominal musculature for so long. Don't stop now. Fuck yeah. Let me just play some music and vibe for a minute, as all great philosophers do. Stories of imagination tend to upset those without one. Terry Pratchett. You can't always see the light at the end of the tunnel, but if you keep moving, you'll get to a better place. Uncle Ira. Accidents are not accidents, but precise arrivals at the wrong right time. Dejan Stojanovic. This is what I say every time I shit myself. What do you see in a nice tummy? What does a nice tummy see in you? What? Do crabs think fish can fly? Oscar Wilde. Everyone has preferences. Everybody has desires. Everybody is wildly attracted to very different things. And you know what? That's okay. What kind of tummy do you like? Do you like a flat tummy? A nice round tummy? A toned tummy? Or do you prefer the simpler things in life? Do you have no preference? Is all tummy good tummy? Or is no tummy good tummy? What's your favorite thing to put in your stomach? Is food real? If food isn't real, how am I eating this cheesecake right now? Watch me add another 200 grams to my body weight in the next 10 minutes. But yes, last week I made a video where I finally crashed out at the state of the world. thank you for watching it. And thank you for showing interest in my abs, I guess. Happy birthday. I must be off now, but before I go, please, I bid thee to keep in mind these words of wisdom from ages past. As the great and wise Socrates once said, "Ah,